Shalom, Kal Halayimla, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach HaKodash. Double honors to my apostles, a great millstone who taught me this truth. And Shalom to the 144,000 in the elect. I'm Za'im, and this is another video titled Black Dog Being Dragged Through LSU Student Union. I'm going to read this article and let the Spirit do what it do, bring out precepts, and maybe look up a few things, and that'll be the video. Let's get into it. Video, and this is in Baton Rouge. Video in the South, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in the South, where it's known for heavy racism. And these white boys, well, these Edomites get active down here on, Jake the Israelites. Video of Black Dog being dragged through LSU student union draws outrage. Let's watch the video. Karen. Let this ad go through first. Come on. Skip the motherfucker. And this is Karen walking through LSU Union with the dog. And they're videotaping her. Okay, let's get into the article. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, down here in the South. Louisiana first. Reaction has been swift after a viral video of a woman dragging a black dog on the ground was filmed at LSU. A phone belonging to a student captured the moment, which she said occurred in the LSU Student Union at 12:43 p.m. on Wednesday, August the 19th. The video was sent to the student's mom, who then posted it on social media. The university said it is aware of the video and that the Office of Student Affairs is investigating. Ain't shit gonna happen to her. Had it been Jake, that would have got kicked out of school, fucked up their career, and all. Probably hanged. Knowing how it is in the South. If a Jake was to walk around with a white dog baby, dragging it behind him like that with around his neck, they'd have probably wanted to lynch that boy. But there's Karen again, dragging the dog, the black dog. While the university declined to comment, they ain't want to comment on that because it's Esau Edom. Others online, including another student's mother, have given their thoughts on the video. Dr. Rosetta Sibley Ozane stated that she sent the following email to the president's office, and it reads, "Dear LSU administration, I am writing to you as a deeply concerned black mother of a black daughter who is currently a freshman at the university regarding a disturbing incident involving two non-black students reportedly walking around LSU campus dragging a black dog." And first of all, you're not black and your daughter isn't black. We're different shades of brown. We're the Israelites. And second of all, of course they were non-black, and of course they were Edomites, because that's a spirit of an Edomite right there, because they have a perpetual hatred against Jake. And let's get some scriptures. Let's go ahead and get some scriptures. Let's go to perpetual hatred. Perpetual hatred. Let's get it here. Let's see, where can we start? Let's start at 1. Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. Mount Seir is a people before it's a place, which are the Esau, Edom, the Edomites, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Behold, O Mount Seir, the Esau, Edomites, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and the Lord, and that, Salakia, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. 35, this is the point. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. See, their hatred stemming back from Cain is an ongoing hatred, and it will be here for generation to generation until Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai takes them out of rulership. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. And this is what he's going to do for them. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. Okay, let's. And it is only for Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to take them down, because they're not in trouble as other men. Let's get that. Not in trouble as other men, because Cain, well, we'll get that. We'll get that. Cain 70. Cain 7. Cain 70. And they're not in trouble as other men, because the Most High uses, Yahweh Bashim Yahshai uses the Esau Edomites as a sword on the earth. And that is why whenever someone tries to avenge themselves on the blood of Esau, avenge themselves for blood, they are totally decimated. They are totally taken down by the Edomites. And it is only Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai that can come and save us and take down Esau. Because he says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. But we're going to get Genesis 4:19 real quick. Genesis 4:19. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives, and the name of one was Ada, and the name of the other was Zillah. And Ada bare Jabal. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. Now, who do we know over here in America? I'm not sure around the globe, but who do we know in America, or probably around the globe too, that raises cattle? Jake ain't got no cattle. Jake ain't raising no cattle. Probably maybe some goats or maybe some chicken. But Jake don't got these oxen, these cows, and big farms and ranches like that to be selling these cattle and raising these cattle. That's Esau Edom. Genesis 4:21. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ, and that's used in symphonies. And we're going to see, let's look at that word symphony then. Come back to 4:21. Symphony meaning. And I already looked it up earlier. Symphony meaning. A symphony is a long, large-scale musical piece written for a full orchestra. It usually has four separate parts called movements. The word comes from the Greek roots meaning sounding together. It can also mean the orchestra group itself or a beautiful mix of sounds and colors. And let's see if we can And who do you see there? Who do you see in this symphony, this orchestra? Esau Edom. Yeah, that's Esau Edom. And I said, is the harp and organ used in a symphony? Yes, both the harp and the organ are used in symphonies, but they are not standard everyday instruments. Instead, they are called guest or auxiliary instruments that composers add to a piece when they want a specific dramatic effect or a unique wash of color. I'm not going to read any more of that. That's good enough. Now let's go back to where was I at? Let me see. No, I already read that. Damn, what was I at? Let's see, came 70. Damn. Okay, I'm back. I'm back where I was. Back in Genesis 4:21, and his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handle harp and organ. And we seen in that symphony, that orchestra, that was mostly Esau Edom. Because Esau Edom does those things. I'm not saying that there's not any Jake that plays those instruments, but it's mostly Esau Edom. 44 and 22. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron, and the sister of Tubal Cain was Naamah. Now let's see. Let's look up something else. I forget my spot. Genesis 4:22. What's a brass and ironsmith called? Matter of fact, I looked that up earlier. Let me see if I can get it. Here we go. A worker, a brass and ironsmith. A worker who makes things out of brass and bronze is historically called a brownsmith or a redsmith, while an iron worker is a blacksmith. In biblical text, the ancestral Tubal Cain is described as a forger or instructor of every craftsman in brass and iron. See? And that's Esau Edom right there. Good picture of him too. Hold on. Damn, I can't make it bigger. But yeah, that's a good picture of him too. That's Esau Edom. Types of metalsmiths. Blacksmith, he works with iron and steel, the black metals. Brownsmith, redsmith, works with copper alloys like brass and bronze, which have a warm brownish or reddish tone. Whitesmith works with light colored or bright metals like tin and pewter, or polishes iron to a bright finish. Coppersmith specializes specifically in copper. Let's see what this one has. Go ahead. A worker who crafts items from brass and iron is broadly known as a metalsmith. Historically, a smith who works with iron is a blacksmith, while a brownsmith or redsmith traditionally works with copper and its yellow, red alloys like brass. In biblical context, such an artisan is described as an instructor or forger of bronze and iron, like Tubal Cain. Let's go back to Genesis 4:21. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handled the harp and organ. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal Cain, an instructor or an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron, which we just read and I just showed you, which is Esau Edom. And the sister of Tubal Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives, this is the point, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain, this is it, if Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and 70-fold. Alright. In trouble as other men. And it says that Lamech will be avenged 70 and 70. Well, let's go back. If Cain shall be avenged 70-fold, truly Lamech 70 and 7-fold. And that is because only Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai can bring down Esau Edom, because they set him up in power to be the sword of the earth. And vengeance is Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, says the Lord. And they are not in trouble as other men. Let's get that in Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Let's see if we can get anything else from there. Let's get vengeance. Is mine. See, the only people that can take Esau Edom out of rulership is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And when Yahweh Shai comes back, he will rule over the earth. So like he will rule over the earth, and Esau Edom is going into slavery, and the Israelites will rule over them. Romans 12 and 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath. See, we can't avenge ourselves against Esau Edom, because if we do, we'll get fucked up harshly, because it is not our place to take vengeance upon Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai's sword. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Well, Salakia, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. So Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai is going to come back and repay them for everything that they've done unto the Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites. Let's go back to the article. Dear LSU administration, and this is Dr. Rochetta Sibley Ozang stated that she sent the following email to the president's office. Dear LSU administration, I am writing to you as a deeply concerned black mother of a black daughter who is currently a freshman at your university regarding a disturbing incident involving two non-black students, Edomites, reportedly walking around LSU campus dragging a black doll, an Israelite doll. As a black mother, I can't view something like this as harmless, funny, or simply a matter of poor judgment. Nah, that's not poor judgment. They knew exactly what they was doing. Because their forefathers, which are descendants of Cain, and we already read that they have a perpetual hatred against the Israelites. So it's been passed down from generation to generation to generation. And they still have that hatred and ongoing hatred against the Israelites, the chosen of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. The image of non-black individuals dragging a black doll carries an especially disturbing racial and historical meaning. Yep. Regardless of what the students involved claimed their intentions were, the impact of this behavior on black students and families can't be dismissed. Let's see, when was segregation? Let's see. Because this has been going on for a long time. A long time. And I don't even think segregation was when they ended segregation was that long ago, and it wasn't. It says legal racial segregation in the United States ended during the mid-1960s. So 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2010, 2020, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So that's about 60 to 70 years since racial segregation in the United States. So that means your mother or your grandmother, depending on how old they are, as long as they are about 60 and above, they went through segregation. So it wasn't that long ago. Legal racial segregation in the United States ended during the mid-1960s through landmark federal legislation. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 outlawed segregation in public places and businesses. The Voting Acts of 1965 banned voting discrimination, and the Fair Housing Act of 1968 ended housing segregation by law. What's this? I'm not going to read that. Let's go back let's get the article. Finish this up and that'll be the end of the video. My daughter, like every student at LSU, deserves to attend a university where she can learn, grow, and move across campus without being confronted with imagery that can reasonably be experienced as racist, yes, degrading, yes, intimidating, or dehumanizing. It's intimidating to them because they don't know that they're the Israelites, and they think that Esau is superior to them and they're going to rule over them. But it's the complete opposite. The Israelites, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are superior to the Esau Edom. They are the basis of men, and in the kingdom we will be ruling over them. I am asking LSU to take this matter seriously and provide transparency about how the university is responding. Specifically, I would like to know, has LSU been made aware of this incident? Is the university investigating what occurred and circumstances surrounding it? Have the students involved been identified? What university policies apply to conduct of this nature? What steps are being taken to support black students who witnessed the incident or have been affected by it? How will LSU ensure that incidents involving racial intimidation, harassment, or dehumanizing imagery are addressed appropriately? This is not simply about a doll. Context matters. Exactly. History matters. Yes, it does. Impact matters. Black students should not be expected to encounter something this disturbing and then carry on as though it means nothing. See, that's how they are. They do shit, but don't want any consequences behind the evil and wicked things that they do to the Israelites. But that's coming to an end shortly. But we also read they are not in trouble as other men. And being that they haven't been judged yet, they think that the Most High is with them, but he's not. I am also concerned about the emotional and psychological impact these incidents can have on black students. A university's responsibility to its students extends beyond academics. Students need an environment where their dignity and well-being are taken seriously. I am not writing merely to express outrage. I am writing because I expect accountability, transparency, and a meaningful response from the institution where families entrust their children. So I doubt they'll be held accountable. Probably just sweep it under the rug. There won't be any transparency. And you might get a response, but it probably ain't going to be the one that you want to hear. Please provide information regarding LSU's response to this incident and what actions will be taken to address the concerns of black students and their families. Louisiana First News contacted the mother of one of the students seen in the video. Let's see, and that's it for the article. I want to say, Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha HaKodash. Double honors to my apostles, a great millstone, who taught me this truth, and shalom to the 144,000 in the elect. Shalom.